Shalom, 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 Shabbat shalom. What's cracking? What up? What's with it? What should we talk about today, family? The God Gang. Nah, that's a never-ending topic, an eternal topic. God's Gang, the God Gang, God the Gang. Because God's gang is Jesus' gang. That's the only gang. Jesus' gang. God's gang. The one most high God's gang. It includes every believer, every ministry. Said it a million times. It says crip on my arm, but this crip of Christ. Show up without a gun, don't even got a knife. Love is my weapon and I'm shaking hell. I'm fighting for your soul, bro, can't you tell? So, you know, there's a lot of competition out there in ministries. Drives me crazy. They see how I'm doing it, they react. It's like, look at, he made a brand, our brand is going to compete with his brand. We're better disciplers, we're better this and that. How can the eye say to the thigh, or the eye say to the ear, or any part of the body say to another part of the body, we have no need for you? They can't. In fact, the insignificant ones seem to be the ones that appear insignificant seem to be the ones that are indispensable. You need all parts of the body of Messiah. But the point that I'm getting at right here is, I'm tired of explaining it, but I will forever, because I'm the steward of that particular name, God's Gang. It actually came from my big homie, but he cast it aside because he couldn't, I don't think he could handle the responsibility. He didn't want it. But the point is, what is the definition as given to me by the Holy Spirit? And it was always simple. It was always like, are you in God's gang or are you in the devil's gang? So that's two. There's two gangs. The God's gang or the devil's gang. That's the definition on how the Holy Spirit gave me it. So now, if you want to go to war with me, but not respect how I see it. Like, for instance, if you have a ministry called, Ghost Gang or whatever, that can be viewed as the same. But if you start setting all these parameters and definitions of what that entails, like you're only in Ghost Gang if you follow my man-made rules, and they're not even all scriptural or biblical, and that's the only way you're in it, and I'm not going to let all kind of people in it. So it's only these exclusive people that I handpick because they will basically follow my thing. That's the definition of the ministry you're creating then. So you have parameters. Like, for instance, if I want to join your ministry and you don't like me, then you just say, no, you're not part of it. Whereas, when I say God's gang, I mean anything the Holy Spirit's doing out here. If the Holy Spirit's using a ballerina, then she's part of God's gang. If he's using a tennis player that's totally some yuppie looking person, then that's God's gang. It's not solely a street gang. It never has been. God's gang is everything. Sports to spaceships to freaking two Bloods and Crips. Matter of fact, there's Bloods and Crips in God's gang. All gangs fall under the umbrella of God's gang. And that's just what I mean when I say God's gang. I'm not saying God's gang is at odds with any ministry out here. I'm saying every ministry that is anointed by the power of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, is God's gang. It's one way, one move, one real, one spirit, one Lord, one Master, one Yah, one Yahshua, one Ruach, one thing. When they are one, you will see God. Well, we've created all these divisions. I don't know, maybe I'm responsible for helping brand, just because I have a logo or a t-shirt and somebody doesn't want that one, so then they run over here and have this other t-shirt. The thing is, we need discerning soldiers out here as to, okay, maybe I think that dude's a corn nut, or he wasn't that hard in the world or whatever, so I don't really respect his testimony or his ministry or whatever. I don't really like it. He's from Washington. Nothing bangs in Washington. Whatever, whatever. None of that. The Spirit transcends all of that. I'm very aware that God can send me some really wimpy, nerd-looking dude that even seems quirky or strange or weird or whatever to confound me or to guide me or to drop a word in my life. I'm totally aware of that. Whereas a lot of dudes I see are reacting to, the muscle of or the image. Like, this dude doesn't have gold teeth and his whole face isn't tatted, so he's not hard. I'm sorry, there's one hard. Okay? It's Yah. That's the only hard one. I said I know one gangster. That's it. There's only one true gangster. That's Jesus Christ. Debo himself said it. There's only one true OG. That's Jesus. Oh, Jesus, the OG-est. You can't know love till you really know what's up. You know what I'm saying? And so, for instance, I mean, let's even talk about real OGs versus wannabes. What do you call a real OG? Is that a killer? Killer. Or is that someone that will stab you? I will shank you. I will stab you. Is that what it is? Or is a real OG a black man? Or is a real OG a skinhead? I mean, what is it? Is a real OG a vatos locos? Is a real OG a Russian? Or even a Chinaman? Or a kamikaze? What is a real OG? See, that's the problem. The devil says a real OG is somebody that will commit genocide. A Hitler.